So yes, I shut down. I don't want to tell you how I feel about certain things. I don't want to tell you what I need for you to do, because it's going to turn into an argument. And I'd rather have peace in my home than to argue with you about something that I feel like I need, where you can tell me everything you need, every critique you have, and I just got to take it in. But as soon as I say one thing to you, it's World War III. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Samantha Lee, and I'm here because I am doing a reaction to my shorts. Now, you guys have spoken, and I've heard you, where you see these videos, and it's not me speaking, it's just me facially reacting to the content that I'm posting. And people are like, Sam, why aren't you, why are you not speaking? Well, your girl speaks a lot, number one. But when I find content that resonates with me and I think will be, beneficial, whether it's from my voice or not, I try to utilize it. I mean, we're making content daily. There's so many different content creators and people have so many things of value to say. Why just it be me? So anyway, that's my thoughts behind it. If I see content that resonates with your girl's spirit, and I feel like my audience can benefit from us having this dialogue, this conversation, or whatever's being presented could be something that, may hit their spirit that day. They may lift them up that day. It may challenge them that day. It may force them to think about things in a different perspective. I'm going to share it, y'all, because that's just who I am. I like to share. Listen, I like to share wisdom when I find it. Okay, that's part of why we got Game Changer Nation. All right, to change the game. But I wanted to take this time as well to do something a little different that I haven't done before on my channel, which is to react to the shorts that I've posted. Now, I think actually I have done this before, but it's different now, y'all. Okay, it's different now. It's different now. It's gonna be me reacting to a short of mine. And I am going to just take this time because you guys have spoken. I've heard you say, Sam, I would like to know what you're saying. Sam, why are you just looking at this content? Like, why are you not saying that? Here's the opportunity. Okay. Here I'm doing this. I am now going to start taking some of my most popular shorts, the ones that have gone viral, and reacting to it. Okay, and sharing what my perspective is and why I posted it. I'm going to share with you why I decided to post this particular piece. So go ahead, get your pen and paper out, and let's get into it, family. I had to give y'all that. I had to. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna add it. We're gonna add it to the stage.
Know about men is that men are.
Let me pause. So this is one short that really did super well on every platform that I put it on. On the YouTube platform, it did over 2 million. And so I'm going to go ahead and play it. And yeah, share my thoughts afterwards. Okay. So I'm going to play it all the way through. I'm not going to interrupt this man. And yeah, we'll get into it.
What women need to know about men is that men are very sensitive, because in being the giver, you are completely dependent on the receiver to make what you give valid. So if the woman does not appreciate or accept what he's giving and makes conditions like, don't give me that, give me something else, or don't give it this way, give it some other way, it frustrates the masculine instinct of the man, and they withdraw and just give up.
All right, guys. So I think that this was appropriately titled "The Truth About Men: What Every Woman Needs to Know." And the first thing that he starts with is actually coming against a myth, right? So let's play it.
What women need to know about men is that men are very sensitive.
Okay, so he's now saying, listen, men are sensitive. Look, we got feelings. And y'all, research has shown and backed this up that men do, they experience the same emotions that women experience at the same rates. The only difference is how they go about those emotions, how they express those emotions. Men's emotional compass tends to go straight to anger because that's a way to express a vulnerable emotion with strength, I suppose. And so he's already saying, offer it. We're going to dispel a myth today. Men are sensitive. Okay, sir. So what are they sensitive about? Let's go.
Because in being the giver, you are completely dependent on the receiver to make what you give valid.
I would argue that everybody has this. Okay, so if I'm in a relationship with a man and I am giving him aspects of myself, he is the person that validates what I give him. So if is he satisfied with what I'm giving him, whatever that may be in that relationship. And I think the reverse is true. And he's talking about more traditional men, right? Men that are providers, that are giving a lot for their families and for the women that are in their lives. And so if a wife, because I'm assuming he's talking about a more traditional context, if a wife is receiving and receiving and receiving from a man, but is not giving the energy of appreciation for what that man is giving, it does something different to a man. And that's what he's going to get into. Let's talk about it.
So if the woman does not appreciate or accept what he's giving,
okay,
and makes conditions like, don't give me that, give me something else, or don't give it this way, give it some other way, it frustrates the masculine instinct of the man, and they withdraw and just give up.
What's interesting about this is that he's saying that, listen, okay, yes, women can be giving and they don't feel appreciated, but when it happens to men, it frustrates their instinct because they feel invalidated. They feel like, okay, I'm giving and I'm giving and I'm giving. This woman is still not happy. She's asked me for all these things. I've changed in certain ways. And yet we still find ourselves in this position where she's asking for more. She's asking for more. She's asking for me to change. And it's almost like nothing is ever enough. And I keep running a race that I can't win. And so instead of, for a woman, when we feel unappreciated, we check out in different ways, okay? And that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. But for a man, he shuts down. He's like, I can't get my validation from her anymore. I now have to outsource. I now have to get it from different things. And that might be putting more energy into his job. That might be putting more energy into his physical appearance, working out in the gym. That may be putting more of his energy into his friendships. That may be him outsourcing to other women that validate his energy, his effort, what he's doing, who he is as a person. That women that are giving him the support that he so desperately wants from you, but you have made it very challenging for him to receive that from you. And now he's going to another person. Does that make that okay? Absolutely not. But I think in order for us to bridge the gap, we both have to understand that we have an intricate dance that we play. We can blame, we can play the blame game. We can say it's all his fault, it's all her fault. But if we're in a relationship and there's two people playing a role, if that relationship dynamic doesn't work, that means that there's something between two people that didn't work. And we spend a lot of time trying to find who's at fault. Sometimes it's just us being able to own our part, because we can learn from every experience. And when I'm finding, especially when I put out content for women or when I put out content for men, people are so quick to get on the defense. And that's, I think, the biggest issue with society, honestly, is that we can't really take criticism. Everybody's so sensitive. Everybody it doesn't want to, it's like, anything that I'm posting, even if I'm not even saying your name in the post, I might be saying, ladies, this might be an area you struggle with, or men, this might be an area you need to consider. It's automatically like, well, women do this or men do that, so why we gotta, it's all, you go straight to defense. And I'm not even saying your name. I can only imagine what you're like in a relationship. If you can be that reactive about a post that was posted to, I mean, literally millions of people. It wasn't just to you, but people can feel so offended just by that. We can't have a difference of opinion anymore. And in this situation, I did get comments. But the reality is, it's really not about how you don't see it that way, or the men that I've experienced, and that. If I want to be with a man, which I do, if I love men and I want to be with a man, or I am with a man, it behooves me to take the time and energy to understand him. And in this case, he's not talking about something that's uncommon. This is a very common issue. Whether a man is dating, relationships, marriage, there are men that do not feel they are being appreciated by the women that they are laying down with. They feel like their energy and effort is not being seen, and therefore they have checked out in certain ways, or they do not feel safe with this particular person because no matter what they do or how they do it, they feel like it's not good enough. And because they are not able to receive validation from their partner, they find other means to receive that validation, because everybody needs validation. All of us do, not just women. And a lot of times we really do a lot, like women, validate yourselves, women, this, that, and the third. Well, men also need validation. Men also need to feel appreciated in relationships. And yes, times have changed. We don't have the same situation or similar situation where, men are solely the only ones that are able to provide. Women are able to provide too. And I think it has brought about a revolution of thought with women, where it's like, okay, what else are you bringing to the table? Okay, I can make money too. So what's up? What other value are you bringing outside of the financial, since we both can do that? And I think that is a conversation to have, because I think that everybody should feel that they're A, being appreciated, but B, I feel like everybody should feel like they're in a relationship that adds to them, not subtracts. I don't think that a woman should be with a man who's a liability, and I don't think that a man should be with a woman that's a liability. I think that we should both be choosing people and be mindful of people that are assets to our lives and not liabilities. And if that's the case, and we're both valuable, I would assume, chosen valuable candidates, we need to appreciate them for the contribution that they do bring. If you're with somebody and you're making them feel like they're not appreciated, or they're not being seen, or they're not valuable, or they're just replaceable, how long do you think that person's going to be there? If they have a healthy sense of self, that's only if that's the case. If somebody doesn't have a healthy sense of self, they may stay in relationships for a long period of time trying to prove their worth over and over and over again. And that's one way, to find somebody who's not willing to get off the merry-go-round. But if you're looking for a partner that's an asset, that person should have a healthy sense of self. It's like, no, I need to feel valued. I need to feel seen. I need to feel appreciated here. And I think that men should feel that way in their relationships. But because when a man expresses his needs or his emotional, whatever he's feeling emotionally, it's always met with some type of shaming tactic. If it's an emotion that combats your narrative of yourself, that's not right. That's not right. That needs to change. I see all over social media space when a man reacts in a way that is emotional. And I'm not saying all the time. I'm not saying where it's somebody that's reacting emotionally and they're, tearing down another person or anything like that, because that's an abuse of power. That's not reacting emotionally. But when a man is expressing himself and expressing what he wants and he desires, and women are like, well, trying to shame him for what he has expressed, what about that makes a man feel like, oh, it's safe for me to express that emotion? As soon as I open myself up to communicating and doing what you say you want me to do, I am now being shamed, I'm being made fun of, I'm being put down, or I'm being rejected. That does not produce the results or produce the environment or the space for me to feel safe enough to take you up on that offer. So yes, I shut down. I don't want to tell you how I feel about certain things. I don't want to tell you what I need for you to do, because it's going to turn into an argument. And I'd rather have peace in my home than to argue with you about something that I feel like I need, where you can tell me everything you need, every critique you have, and I just got to take it in. But as soon as I say one thing to you, it's World War III. It's everything, what you did, what you didn't do. That doesn't make anybody feel safe. If a woman was experiencing that, I would say the same thing. It doesn't make anyone feel safe to share how they feel if they're being ostracized, if they're feeling like they're going to be shamed, if they feel like it's going to be just an argument that they just can't get out of, if they feel like there's going to be consequences for them simply sharing how they feel about what's going on in their home or how they're not feeling appreciated. What do you mean you don't feel appreciated? You don't see me doing this, that, and the third for you? I didn't just take you out to eat. I didn't just sleep with you last night. You don't feel appreciated? It's like the same thing that we as women say to men all the time. You know, I don't feel appreciated. Well, don't you see me paying the bills? We're saying the same things to each other. But we have to now see that the similarity is outside of what we do for each other or we do for the relationship. Sometimes people just need to feel appreciated, meaning we got to use our words to say, I appreciate you. I see you. I see your effort. I see what you're trying to do for our family. And I love you. And I thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for the things that you do. Thank you for the sacrifices you make. Instead of making men feel, because listen, working, especially if it's a man that has a different or unorthodox type of job, they may not have the time that you desire for them to have for you and with you. And so then you have to say to yourself, okay, well, I've got to validate what they do give instead of focusing on what they don't or unable to give. And that's a whole nother conversation. But in this video, he really breaks down a key aspect that I hope that we all take home. It is important for us all to feel appreciated and valued in our relationships. And we should go out of our way to make sure that the other person does feel seen. Not that they're just there. Oh, well, I'm here. Don't you see that? Or I'm paying the bills. Don't you see that? Or I'm cleaning the house. Don't you see that? Or I'm taking care of the kids. Don't you see? It's like, no, can you make me feel good or feel appreciated that I take care of the kids as well as I do? Or take care of the household the way that I do? Or that I was able to bounce back after a baby? And for a man, it's like, I want to feel seen and I want to feel appreciated for the work that I do to provide and really make a life for ourselves so that our kids don't have to struggle. They don't have to want for nothing, right? So we both want the same things, but it can be almost disastrous on both sides. We go about it in different ways, right? Different ways, how we handle not feeling appreciated. But I think that as we move closer and closer to higher and higher levels of understanding of each other, if that's what you desire to do. I know I want to understand. Look, and y'all, I'm not saying this. I'm saying this from a perspective. Yes, I have worked with men. Yes. But I'm saying this from also a place of like, I have gotten it wrong. I have absolutely gotten this wrong. I am not perfect at this. I am learning this, but I want to learn it. I want to understand what I don't. I haven't always gotten it right. And as I'm growing and learning and becoming a little bit more able to take criticism and able to receive that okay, Sam, there's some areas you got to do work. I want to learn. I want to grow. I want to understand and not be so defensive in receiving feedback in areas that I can do better. And that's what I hope that this video does for us. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for tuning in to this reaction to a reaction, baby. But this time I'm speaking. Okay? And I hope you guys, if there's other videos videos that you want to hear my perspective on, go ahead and comment them below. Hit the subscribe button if this resonates with your spirit. I would love to see you be a part of this Game Changer Nation. And last but not least, also hit that notification bell. I'm going live multiple times a week, and I'm posting content almost daily, and I don't want you to miss one thing. All right, family, I got 3 thoughts for you left, and you probably can guess what they are. All right? Trust God, chase purpose, love people. Trust God, chase purpose, love people. Love you, family. Talk to you soon. Hey, guys. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's not just be every once in a while. Let's become family, okay? Friends that are family, okay? Join my family today.